Hey, what's going on? Welcome back to the channel. In this video, we're going to be taking a look at Algorand. I do want to say that I'm not a financial advisor. You should do your own research before investing money into crypto. If you haven't seen the previous update, make sure to watch that before watching this one. It's going to be linked in the top right-hand corner of the screen. Now, let's jump straight into the TA. Taking a look at the daily chart, as you can see, we have a Fibonacci retracement set up from the swing high that we printed all the way back in November and the swing low that we printed back in July of 2021. So November 2021 and July 2021. And if you don't know how to use the Fibonacci retracement, there's going to be a link down below in the description specifically for you to a video that's going to explain exactly how you can use the fib retracement to set up short-term, long-term support and resistance levels. Now, as you all know, after you lose the first fib level, your technical target immediately becomes the 1.618. And as you can see, we have retraced exactly to that level back in the summer during 2022. Then we had a pullback below that level. We almost got to the second fib level at 15 cents. Then we had a little bounce to the upside. We back tested the 1.618 as resistance, and then we're pulling back down once again. Now, if you are paying attention to the chart, you could have seen that we have been in this channel up pattern. Then we broke down, and now we are in a channel down pattern, which typically ends up with us breaking to the upside. So from looking at this, if we start breaking above the 1.618 level, which rejected us the last time we tried to break through it, if we do indeed break through the next time, the next major level would be over here at 66.5 cents, which is basically this entire resistance block that you can see here. So we've had many bounces off that area, as you can see in the past. This has been a very strong support level, and before it was a support, it was a strong resistance level as well. So for example, August 2020, you had that back test of resistance, you came back down, you broke above, you back tested as support in May of 2021. You have another move to the upside. You come back down, retested as support once again in February last year. Another bounce, but this time a smaller bounce, and then you end up coming back down lower. You even had a bit of a back test of resistance here in May of 2022. So that area at 66 cents is going to be a very strong resistance level. So you could even potentially take some profits if you want in that area. Personally, it could be a great swing trade opportunity. Potentially we could get there, let's say August this year, because I am expecting an impulsive move into August, just like we had last August, or August/September, you could say. And just like we had here in August 2020, and we also had a pretty strong move in August of 2019. As you can see, each August, September, we do see some sort of a move to the upside, some sort of a lower high, some sort of a bull trap where you start moving up and then you break down and you continue down. So this is something that I'm expecting, and maybe if we break out of this channel down pattern, we could get there before getting rejected back down, having a bounce and continuing forward into 2024. So that's the basic explanation behind this chart. Now, if we start zooming in, as you can see, each time you have a bounce off the resistance of the channel down pattern, you see a move down to the support, just like here and just like here. So it would be fair to assume that we're going to be coming all the way back down here, and we're going to be retesting 11 cents. Now, do I think that's going to be happening if Bitcoin stays at the levels it's at right now? No. If Bitcoin continues at least, staying in if Bitcoin is going to continue staying in a sideways channel throughout the next few months, I don't see Algorand dropping this low. However, there is a possibility we're going to get some bearish news. We're going to get some FUD thrown into the markets. We're going to have a black swan event, a flash crash. And in that instance, obviously, altcoins can drop 50 to 60%. We can see large wicks to the downside. For example, if we take a look at March 2020, you can see the wicks that we had here. Look at this pullback. Look at this pullback that we had. This is incredible. And imagine people buying in here. Imagine people buying in here. So Algorand, since that March low, Algorand did a 3,000% move to the upside, actually. That's not bad. That is not bad at all. And if we assume that this here is our low that we printed in December of 2023 or 2022, I should say, already jumping into the future, and we set up a fib level or a fib to the upside with extension levels to the upside, as you can see, our 1.618 target is going to be sitting at $18, but that would be a almost 9,000% move to the upside. So I would say that is rather unlikely. Obviously, anything can happen, but what I'm saying is that I like to be more conservative, and I don't like these moonshots and expecting something to do 100x just because 100 is a round number and it would be nice to have 100x. Of course, it would be nice, but I'm just being realistic, and I want to take profits the next bull market so I can have, financial freedom. That's the entire point of getting involved, or that's the entire point why I'm getting involved in the crypto markets. Besides, it's a hedge against inflation, and it's really cool. In some use cases are pretty cool. Now, from our current price all the way up there to $6.65, that is actually a 3,000% move to the upside. Now, that does sound more plausible, doesn't it? So from where we are at 20 cents right now to $6.6, that is an incredible move to the upside. Imagine getting 5,000 tokens right now and selling that at 6.6, more than $30,000 you're going to have on your hands just from this altcoin alone. So just pay attention to the charts. Make sure you have good entries. Right now, I did dollar cost average into Algorand. I have a pretty good position right now, so I'm not going to be buying any more until we dropped to 15 cents. At that point, I'm probably going to buy a bunch more tokens. But for now, if we're not going to be moving down further to the second fib level here at 15 cents, I'm not going to be looking into getting more Algorand token, as I'm focusing in on other altcoins. Now, the 1.618 fib level here, obviously at 0.2647 is a major resistance level. As you can see, this red resistance block here is a major level that has been a support in June last year, in August, in October, in November. Then we drop below, backtest as resistance, and then we come back lower. So this is 101 backtesting of resistance levels. So that's what I have here. If you want to enter for a swing trade or a short-term trade, potentially you could be looking at an entry. Let's say even if you enter here, you could be looking at a 35%, 33% move to the upside. You could target the top of the resistance channel. That would be 25.5% to the upside. But I would be very careful swing trading at these lows. As you can see, Bitcoin is pumping and markets are very volatile. So just be careful with what you're doing. Taking a look at the daily RSI, as you can see, we were here in the oversold, which was a very good buying opportunity. As you can see, we were sitting at 16.5 cents roughly. Let me just switch over to the weekly chart real quick. There we go. So as you can see, we were breaking out of this falling wedge here. We came back into it. We retested this support block in December, and then we had a major boost to the upside. And now, if you do indeed come back to this support block one more time, just make sure to average in if you can. Obviously not a financial advice. Now let's jump into the weekly chart on Binance. And before we continue with the video, guys, I quickly want to give a shout out to everyone who has joined my Patreon. Thank you very much. And if you want to become a part of the Patreon and, get access to a lot of exclusive content, such as podcast episodes for patrons only, my trade alerts, my entire portfolio. I share everything that I buy and everything that I sell. If you want to leave some requests, we can take a look at your projects on Patreon. So there's a lot of cool stuff going on there. I try to do daily updates and daily posts in there. So if you want to try it out for free, you can do that as well. There's a 7-day free trial, so you can do that and let me know what you think. Let's get on with the video. So quickly jumping into the weekly chart on Binance, as you can see, we have a diagonal resistance trend line here that we've been retesting since December 2021. The next retest was all the way here in October and November of 2022, and now we had another fake out above it in February this year, and we had to move back down, as you can see. Now this green support block set up from 25.5 cents down to 19.5 cents is a great dollar cost averaging opportunity. As you can see, we had a bounce from there back in June 2020 to the upside. Then we had another retest in November of 2020. So this is a good area to dollar cost average. What is very important and what I like about this chart very much is that we're holding this 2020 low. Of course, if we start dropping below this December 2020 low, what we can do is we can set up another fib retracement with the extension levels to the downside just to see what our targets are. So here we're going to be looking at 12 cents if we drop below 16.5 cents. And hopefully that's not going to happen. Right now, what we're doing is we're sitting at the golden ratio at 20 cents, roughly 20 cents. If we start dropping below that, there's a good chance that we're going to retrace back to where we started coming up from, which is December 2023 low or 2022 low. Getting all the years mixed up here, I do apologize. So it is possible we're going to come back down to this low here and retest that before having another move to the upside and eventually breaking this multi-month resistance diagonal trend line, which is going to be one of our most bullish indicators, if you ask me. Now, also for that, Bitcoin would need to be bullish. Bitcoin would need to get back above the August high and solidify itself above that local high. So for now, like I said, good buying opportunities. Taking a look at the weekly RSI, you can see that we have a major resistance level above us and a major support level below us as well. So if we end up coming back down here to this white support trend line, that's going to be a great area for you to average in. If, for example, we see some sort of a crash, anything really, we come back down there, that's a great entry for you. That's a great entry on the weekly chart. So that's pretty much everything I have for Algorand. If I missed out anything important on the charts, please let me know down below in the comment section. Feel free to follow me on Twitter, Patreon, Discord, Telegram. All of that is linked down below. And I'm going to see you in the next update. Goodbye.